Hey guys, happy Sunday morning. We're in Lower Hollywood. We're on Wilton Place, heading towards the farmer's market in Hollywood, and then after the farmer's market, we'll probably skedaddle a little bit down La Brea, over towards Melrose, and then I doubt I'm going to buy anything at the farmer's market for the Super Bowl because we're having nachos. I'm going to get some peppers. Hey, mountain bike. So let's get to it. Should I start should I come up with a catchphrase? I don't want to say let's get to it because I notice that a lot of people say that. Hey, LA Unknown. It is beautiful, bordering on slightly warmish. High 70s. To be honest with you, I am walking like a different route because doing research, I make myself sound so official, for like a sidewalk story. A couple weeks ago, I found these pictures of them building the freeway before the freeway was built of this kind of neighborhood, and I wanted to see this kind of neighborhood, and I wanted to see if I could line it up, which is always kind of a fun delight, and I could. So let's get walking. I think maybe I could do like a little checklist. Ankle weights on, leg warmers up. Let's get walking. In case you didn't know, I always wear leg warmers on the walk to help mostly differentiate me from other live streamers in Los Angeles. The leg warmers really help. Hey Mark, thank you guys so much for joining us last night while I cooked dinner and Joe played GTA 5. I think he loved it. I loved it too. I was a little distracted by dinner and then cleaning up, but am I just kidding? Am I just kidding, Joe? How do you know that if at the bottom of my backpack after I leave the house, because I know you don't like the leg warmer, so I have a pair and I just slip them on. I do not wear leg warmers, no. I do have a pair of Denise Austin ankle weights that I got for $1 at Marshall's. I also don't wear those. I think they're ankle or wrist weights. I also wear them inside out, so I don't have to see that name. I really don't know who Denise Austin is. I know who she is vaguely. So here we are again. We were just here yesterday. But I guess this is daytime. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So we'd love to find another game to play. We've already played LA Noire, which kind of definitely works. It's a very patient game, I think. For our purposes, it was kind of fun to time travel and visit Los Angeles in the 1900s and 40s. But as far as like a gameplay, I'm gonna let these guys go, and then I'm gonna run so this guy can go, and everybody has a great day because their freeway looks mighty free today. Woo! It's a great day to get out of LA. Oh, it's because of the Super Bowl Sunday. So we signed up for 10 free days of YouTube TV. We want to try that out. I'm just gonna mostly want to watch the Super Bowl. So if it works really great, we'll keep it. But if not, I don't know. It's $82 a month. It is really a beautiful California day. I don't know if this is the most glamorous street to take it all in. Let me see. Looks like I'm zoomed in. I was. Hey, Allie. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I'm putting the emphasis on Bowl Sunday so I don't trigger any copyright stuff. Shh, stop talking bad about YouTube, Joe. They might be listening. There used to be a Denny's over here. I kind of love this Denny's, actually. But as you may or may not remember, there's also a Denny's a couple blocks ahead of us at Gower. Like, really, can a street sustain that many Denny's? And then a couple of blocks after that, an IHOP. LA is a low-carb town. I think too many pancake places, not a good thing. Yeah, it's really beautiful here. I definitely ate at that IHOP because I used to live on Bronson over here. I mean IHOP. I definitely ate at that Denny's because I used to live on Bronson over here on the left. But not very often. I also definitely ate at the Arby's, R.I.P. Arby's. They really should have just left that neon sign up, even though they're putting a Raising Cane's there. I'm not really looking for anything from the farmer's market because we're going to make nachos today. So I'm wandering through the farmer's market. Last year, we looked for a mango, which was kind of stupid, not really a California thing you're going to find at the farmer's market. If I had a kick-ass gourmet kitchen, I probably would get a lot of stuff at the farmer's market today for this, but we're just going to probably go to Smot and Final and get nacho stuff. I haven't had nachos in 100,000 years because it seems just like a lot. But I love them. No black olives though. Hey, Simply Senora. Oh yeah, he told me to look for peppers. But I didn't even bring my wallet, Joe. Like literally, that says Angles, I think. But it's a nice day to walk through the farmer's market, and it gives us an excuse to get out. And then once we're there, we probably won't go down Hollywood Boulevard on a Sunday, but we can go down like La Brea or Highland or Melrose or up to Franklin. We can decide, right? It almost looks like Netflix is just going to slide off the top. I think it's supposed to look like film somehow. That's what I imagine. I would like to think that there is a kind of some thought to that. Window shopping it is, unless... So I could use my debit card, which is on my phone, but I'm using my phone for... Yeah, I'm using my phone to film. I don't know how that works. Alright, so this used to be the old Arby's. It's going to be a Raising Cane's. They kept the so famous for, I'm not going to tell you why, Arby's restrooms, but everything else is torn down. Kind of crazy, huh? I have to, in order to pay with my phone, which isn't really that hard, I have to like close this app for a second and not close it, but get out of it for a second. I guess I could leave it running in the background. Oh my gosh. So I pay for my Metro Pass. I use my Metro Pass on my phone, and every time I get on the bus, I'm always like the person that holds it up, because not only do I have to open my wallet, but then I have to double click at exactly the right second or something. You can have the pass on your watch too, but there's no doubt in my mind I will mess it up as well. So I did get a new Metro Pass yesterday, and I added that to my phone. So now I have 3 passes on there, one with 15 cents, one with $4.50, and then one with like, I think 20 rides. For some reason you can't like put them all together. I reset up my Metro Pass, my newest one, to be like I forgot what they called it. For years, I'm not going to stand in front of it, but I love to walk by this golden door, I call it the golden door, and get my picture taken in front of it, taking my picture in front of it. The door is so warped, it makes everyone look like they were originally filmed in like Cinerama, and then squished onto a smaller screen. It's fantastic. I do so much stuff on my phone, but I tend not to use it when I'm waiting somewhere. I would rather just like soak stuff in, or sometimes after I've been on after we've live streamed, I'll look at it on the phone on the train. But usually I'm just looking at people. Gets me into trouble on the train. Whoa, there's some red lanterns up here. Happy Lunar New Year. Let me see if I could. My phone just. Can you see the lanterns in the sky? These are all really pretty famous recording studios. Frank Sinatra, Rolling Stones. Further down is Sound Factory. Or Sunset Sound, sorry. I'm not really sure. They must be lanterns for the Lunar New Year. But they really look like 99 red. What? Let's try to count them. They're red. And they are balloons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, only 14. 99 Luftballons is trouble. You know, that'd be the sign. And only 80s kids and people who love 80s music would realize what was going on when 99 Luftballons go by. Here's the other Denny's, keeping us on our Denny's. CBS Triangle Square. Oh my gosh, hey, full circle moment. What's that bar called across the street? Well, take the LA out of it. And it brings us right back to 99 Luft Balloons. And if you wear bifocals or progressives like me for you. Alright, not really funny. This is beyond dad humor. Alright. Oh, there's another red balloon. Should we follow the red balloons? No, that's like Pennywise trying to get me. They're coming from somewhere. In case you didn't, I wanted to be there for you. I wanted to be able to zoom. So you could ask who's zooming who. I think about that Aretha Franklin comeback song sometime. Who's zooming who? Is that a phrase people used? I like the German version better too. The Freeway of Love. Oh, so good. There are 3 songs on that album. I don't know how I definitely discovered it like later. Of course, I remember those songs, but there's like a Peter Wolf duet, which is really also pretty excellent. Peter Wolf from the Jay Giles Band. My favorite thing to do right now on my dog walks, I might have said this yesterday, is listen to music I know really well on karaoke mode, so the vocalist is not there or almost not there. It kind of is a whole new listening experience. I guess instrumental versions have always existed. But I feel like I've discovered a whole brave new way of listening to music. Oh my gosh. I forgot about that song. I just specifically remember the other 3, but listen, literally like who's zooming who. Oh, any song that starts with that like engine rev noise or zipper noise, you know you're in for a good sexy time or an awakening. The awakening there is by the time we get to the end of that song, I think we do figure out who is exactly zooming who, but I don't remember people saying, oh my god, maybe I should get my palm or tarot read for $10. I don't exactly remember people saying zoom in. I think I probably had a 45. Oh my gosh, that duet with George Michael. She had a real awesome comeback those couple years. Just think if like Whitney had lived long enough, we would be experiencing that right now. Like the forthcoming of Whitney Houston. The farmers market is up here. I figured we'd walk by the Cinerama first and then head over to the farmers market and check it out. This farmers market is really awesome. It is not like a a bargain farmer's market. It's not super Silver Lakey either. It's somewhere kind of in the middle. I think everybody can get something here, but they do have some bougie stuff also. I think it's one of the oldest, but it's pretty large. It's 2 blocks up and then 2 blocks wide. So we'll breeze through that and check it out. But first, the Cinerama. I really hope beyond hopes. I mean, there are more important things to hope for. That somebody reopens this. I see that Kristen Stewart just bought a building in Highland Park, I believe, to kind of like do up. It'll be nice if maybe, I don't know, another young star of today, Sabrina Carpenter, could buy this building. Well, she's not a movie star though. Amber Valletta. Oh, she's not a movie star either. Or like a television person. This literally was my favorite movie experience of Los Angeles, this place. Whenever I think about going to a movie, it actually, like, this is where my imagination takes me. So the Cinerama, I can't even say it, Cinderella Zone. Hey, Shavkat. Really good news. They built this whole complex. Who is opening it? What are they going to do with it? Is it going to be like golf? It's now, or is this the new sign? Popped. Experience popcorn now. Is it going to be a popcorn experience? It had a nice little bar, a nice little restaurant, a pretty cool gift shop, I have to say. But the coolest, hey, J-Love, the coolest thing is the Cinerama Dome. I'm glad it's still here. What was it made for, like Todd A.O. film? Or just Cinerama film that they didn't use for more than a couple of movies? Now it just looks like kind of like an igloo. I've gone to the movies there a bunch of times, but the only things I've ever seen in the Cinerama, I saw, but of course I don't think it's on the Cinerama screen because I saw like a Cremaster or two there. The whole Cremaster series I saw there, but I think 2 of them, or 1 of them, played in the Cinerama Dome. I also saw another movie in the Cinerama Dome, obviously something forgettable, because I can't remember what it is, and I usually really am good at that. That same movie, at that forgettable movie, I saw Adam Scott in the lobby. I feel like I'm gonna I saw plenty of movies in the older ArcLight part, such as Hulk. All right. So we're just gonna try to avoid copyrighted music. I'm gonna walk real slow though. I don't know what that music is that was playing, but it's perfect. All right. Oh, starting to recognize it. It smells so good already. Ooh. I don't know, Joe. Maybe it is still okay to eat bread. You'll have to come down here and get some bread. It's really much easier to shop when I'm not gimbaling. It gets a little crowded up ahead. We're at the very beginning. I love free samples of citrus.
Do you remember when y'all went to the
Hey, lemon cakes. Hey, Jaywalker. I love the smell of the eucalyptus. You can get rabbit here, Joe. I've gotten beef here before, but I don't see it. Maybe it's not from here. It probably wasn't from here. A long little bit ago.
Yeah. So I bought some
All right. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna grab a bit of orange and see how we go. Tasty. Oh my gosh, I see a big pet hair on my microphone. Actually, no. Joe is actually gonna go grocery shopping later because we're just making nachos for the Super Bowl. I don't know that there's much that we could get here that wouldn't require a ton of like crazy preparation to make nachos. We are gonna cut up our own tortillas and make chips though. But I think everything else is just gonna come from the market. I didn't have time to soak any. I'm really not into samples. Taking that piece of orange that's the best little pull right there. Also, this is the West Coast, so Seahawks are gonna beat the Patriots anytime. This part we've definitely walked through before when there's no crowd here. Kind of interesting to see it like this. Oh my gosh. I would love some fresh pasta. Things I would like to buy this year: a pasta machine, maybe not for my apartment, and a tortilla press. I just need a bigger kitchen. Doritos with your nachos. That sounds actually pretty tasty. I'm not that into the Super Bowl, so I want super low effort. So maybe Joe will get Doritos for the nachos instead of us cutting them up and air frying them. So we're all the way at the end of this one, Cahuenga. And we're gonna turn around and go left. This is mostly prepared stuff and art and craft. Oh my god. That puppy wants that bad. We were eating Cheez-Its last night, as you might have heard if you were with us during the live stream. And our dog had his eye on every Cheez-It. Hand to mouth, hand to mouth. It was like he was watching a tennis game. So, we're at Ivar. We walked to Cahuenga behind us. This runs most of the way to Vine. So let's go the Vine way right now and avoid this guy with the clipboard because I care, but I don't have time to stop. No, the white fluffy one. Not the biter. The like sweet one. I guess that would be the sensitive one. They're both really sensitive though. But the fluffy dog. He becomes another animal sometimes when he sees us eating cookies or Cheez-Its. Apparently you don't get Cheez-Its that often, but those were delicious. The extra burnt Cheez-Its. He's pretty chill, the fluffy one, the white fluffy one. So when he kind of acts weird like that, it's kind of funny. The other one's always high alert. We ate some, oh my God, I'm gonna sound like 100 sandwich creams, cookies, you know what those are? It's like two cookies with a little bit of cream in the middle. And I've never given him like a cookie like that before, except I almost said Home Depot. Petco makes human looking dog cookies, which he might have had before, but he was watching us eat those like, again, tennis match. So we are just up here at Hollywood Boulevard on our loop. I love getting flowers from here. Especially like any of these, you can have them for like a month. And the Proteus also. Fantastic. Although you want to change the water frequently because they'll start to smell like a potato. So we're up here at Hollywood Boulevard. Let's flip around. Sorry, I haven't done any of my duties. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please, if you haven't yet, give us one of those things. Just a little while that we'll still have human content here, so gotta enjoy it while we can. Like, subscribe, chat. It's our city library. Also a symphony of like blocky block things. Maybe that's where they got the idea for the Netflix building. We're gonna early stream tomorrow as well. We're gonna go for a little hike in the hills. Some really beautiful views. And then the rest of the week we'll be back at our normal time. Total Love Boat vibes here. All right, let's go. Let's walk down towards Melrose. I support all of those things that they're getting people to sign petitions for, by the way. They're like 6 people. That's 6 petitions. It's kind of hot to stand still. Mm-hmm. I'm excited, actually. I'd rather get flowers than anything here today. I haven't got flowers in a long time. Flowers are nice, I think, if you can afford them. I'm just trying to find a shady way out of here. Let's walk out this way. All right. The only controversies I think that will happen are people making controversies out of stuff that should be controversial. I feel like that is, I don't have any money, sorry. I feel like that's the thing too. Like, honestly, Bad Bunny should not have been controversial pick. Really. This is like Linda Ronstadt, Canciones de Mi Padres all over again. But I'm joking because there's no relation there. But seriously, this should not be a deal. This is the old home of Amoeba. Oh, they're spelling my name in the sky. They only have the C right so far. Joe, cut it out. All right. Let's walk this way a little. Then take a left. Take a left. There's the old Amoeba. Hey, you guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. We saw a couple people perform at the old Amoeba. I think a band that Joe really likes, and I cannot remember the name of them right now. I've only seen bands perform there with Joe. All right, oh, it's not C, it's a heart. We're in Larry King Square at the foot of the former CNN building. Oh, you guys, while we've got that heart up in the air, this seems like a perfect time for me to say, thanks, members. Thank you guys for your support, supporting the channel. There'll be a new members video this week. Hope you check out the one I did, or dropped, or whatever the kids say, I released the other day. Really appreciate you guys supporting the channel and all of my little endeavors. The channel, the project, all for you. And me, and Joe. It's for all of us. Okay. I'm glad it was there for all of us to see. Can you imagine pulling up to Hollywood in the 1930s and then having to stay at this hotel on the corner, Hotel Warwick? That's the first time I've ever noticed that sign for the Hotel Warwick, actually. I have noticed the little marking outside of it before, but on the cement there's a cool little thing that means nothing. Wait, there's a large McCoffee for $2. I might have to go back to McDonald's. So we're heading a couple blocks. We're kind of meandering over in Hollywood towards La Brea, and then we're gonna drop down to Melrose and do a little loop and check what's happening in that area, which is also technically Hollywood. I don't... Where do you keep all your apps? I just get confused with too many apps happening. Seriously. I like to use my Maps app. I like to use my my prescriptions app. No, I like to use my map app constantly. Of course, photo app. I can't stand a lot of apps on my phone, I guess. I think I did download the Popeyes app so I could get a Popeyes, and then I deleted it. Maybe that's the secret. You download them when you need them and then delete them when you don't. All right, what restaurant do you think Hookah Heads was? With that sort of mansard roof. Hey, NBA. I kind of love this building. Super great chiaroscura, which I can never say. Old Hollywood building. I think we don't say the F word, Jane, on the channel, but I sometimes say the S word. We never say the D word. We prefer unalive. And I don't think this channel is also not flagged for children. I think it's like not for children, specifically not for children. Not that we're doing anything terrible. This is Curtis Stone's restaurant. I thought it was supposed to have closed a while ago, or he was closing it. Maybe he's still closing it. Amazing spot. I love the fact that all of these buildings are kind of... Imagine living here in like 1930 when they built these, and you're like, another one of those Spanish-style buildings. I love them. Anyway. You guys, if you have a super question that I miss, I'm super sorry. I'm also walking, navigating stuff on the sidewalk in some cases, trying not to trip, soaking in every detail, like somebody wrote Tom, 1993, in the sidewalk back there. So forgive me if I miss your question. Okay, this is the... Here's another recording studio. This is Sunset Sound. We're gonna wiggle through this pretty quickly. I mean, what a gorgeous school and church, for that matter.
Check this way I can change clothes. I'm putting up in this outfit. Can you get something where I might be able to quickly change clothes?
I have no idea. I'm so sorry. Good luck. I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, thank you. I mean, good luck. Oh, I wish I had a solution for him. I love the Rivian car. I also like non-traditional electric cars too. Like there was a Land Rover electric version, of course, which was lovely. I think though that when it comes time for me to get a car, if I ever need to get a car again, I really am definitely gonna give up on a little bit of luxury for a little more practicality. It's been really nice not having a car or insurance payment. Right, that's what we did at Christmas time. We rented a car. I I really live like in I don't live in this area, but I live like we live between like 3 or 4 grocery stores. So also we shop like Germans, German ladies, like every day. Go to the Meinl am Graben. So that's no problem. We never do a big grocery haul, except for today. Joe will be hauling some nachos home. Hotel from Pretty Woman, just not the sequel Pretty Women, but the original Pretty Woman. That's why she stayed here last night. In a wagon. You know, I'm kind of bummed I didn't think of it, but I really should have tried to pull some of the letters off of this. I hope somebody did to preserve them. Jeez. Well, this is kind of a... You may remember this from as the seedy hotel from such TV shows as T.J. Hooker. There used to be a 1900s wood structure Queen Anne house right in the center of it, which they built all these bungalows around. And then, very old-timey, and then they built this sort of modern breeze block facade, Hollywood Center Motel, and it was just about to be demolished when the Historical Society got on top of it. I think the Hollywood Historical Society, and they were going to register it a historical building. It is maybe late 1800s, 1905, Queen Anne Cottage. I think it is, at some point it was kind of reworked to look a little craftsman-y, but it was definitely a Queen Anne house, or it was definitely not a bungalow. Anyway, so a couple days before it was to be certified, it just mysteriously burnt down. And I say that not knowing anything, but I went to the Chamber of Commerce website, and they kind of allude to it also mysteriously burnt down. That's why preserving all of these Hollywood treasures is so important. I've always been really fascinated by this building right here. I'm gonna look it up later when I get home. It's apartments now. I think I looked up an apartment here because I love these kind of buildings. Huge windows. Also kind of like this guy. Although I wouldn't want a ground level window that looks like you could walk into or right out of it. Hey, Ice Pick. We're just walking down the side street, walking towards Melrose. We visited the farmers market, and we're just doing a little Hollywood stroll. We're gonna make our way to Highland, and then I guess we're gonna go south of Santa Monica Boulevard. Southwest? South. Happy Saturday. If it's your first time here, we're in Hollywood, Lower Hollywood, Middle Hollywood. Please take a second to like, subscribe, or chat. It really helps us a lot with the algorithm, and it ensures that real and live human content gets seen on the algorithm. Not that we're against AI. But we are extremely pro-human. I think we're supposed to drop in temperature tomorrow also, or for the next couple days. I wouldn't mind a couple of 60 or 50 degree walks, actually. I have a feeling this summer's going to be a scorcher. I don't know what or why, I have a feeling, but this last summer wasn't so bad at all. I remember before summer started, kind of gearing up, mentioning that I'm probably only going to stream at night. It is a lot easier to stream during the sunset hour, I will tell you that. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. I hope that's like a collector's item, your model truck. So our current destination is that big tall building right there. Once we get to that big tall building, it's a PS building, public storage. We're gonna cross the street and walk down that street. I think we are gonna maybe cross the street a little sooner. Have you guys heard of Rugrats? Look, it says Rugrats on the wall. Because that's where Klasky Supo is. Ali Mongo. I don't know Ali Mongo. Sorry, that's my crinkly Arrowhead water bottle. Some of these buildings, I don't know if it's this one. There are a couple of these really tall public storage buildings in town, but a couple of these buildings, they, in the 1920s, during Prohibition, they used to be like a speakeasy or a bar on top of it. I'm not being 100% historically accurate, but as to what it was, but it involved liquor. And I'm also not being a snitch. This happened, when was Prohibition? 100 years ago. Can you imagine what it would be like if they all of a sudden made liquor illegal? Or even legal pot made it illegal again. It would just be crazy. A mass riot. As soon as we cross the street, I'm going to get into the shade a little bit so I can actually read the screen. Thank you guys so much for joining. Sorry I haven't said hello to anybody for a bit or responded to anybody. It's really bright out here. I love the fact that they just kind of tried to cut those bushes. This is Steve McQueen Square, by the way. I have never known that before. I've got to start looking up at these signs a little more. I feel like Steve McQueen would deserve a slightly more special square than this. Legendary Steve McQueen. I say that, and I really don't know much about Steve McQueen. I know more about Alexander McQueen. I just know that he's legendary. I mean, I know a little something about Steve McQueen. A very little. I would love it if my apartment were actually that little top building, or even the corner with the balcony. Although, how old is this building? And earthquakes. The Getaway with Kim Basinger and Alec Baldwin. The movie they made when they were married. Oh, you're naming Steve McQueen movies. Sorry. As soon as I turn the corner, I'm going to turn the brightness up so I can follow the conversation a little bit better. This is the nicest place I ever bought an outdoor plant in my life. Like, I don't know if it's this way anymore, but like, literally, the guy asks you questions to help you determine what's right, if you want. Very, very helpful. All right. Here we go. All right, I'm in the shade for a second. Let me, give me 1 second. All right, insanely, my brightness is very, very all the way up. Okay, we're catching up on Steve McQueen. There's nothing there. I bet it looked better years ago also. I mean, look, right here's a sort of streamlined modern building. This neighborhood, very studio oriented, must have had some reason to put his square there. So I will definitely post a picture of our oh so delicious nachos on the members Discord for you guys to see. Is anybody making anything for the Super Bowl? They want to share the recipe. Something easy. I heard a lady on the radio with a recipe, and it was a can of cranberry sauce, a can of something else. Forget this recipe, and like little smokies in a crock pot. And I literally felt my, I don't know, gag reflex. And I love cranberry sauce. Love it. I could eat cranberry sauce out of the can. That's what I say as I eat a pound of brownies and then say, "Eck, chocolate." Side Note TV, welcome you guys. Thank you so much for being here today. Quick members thanks while we walk by the Kaiser Permanente. Thank you guys for backing the channel and supporting this crazy project. I think because we're down here, and why not, we're gonna dip up and just check out what's happening at the Tesla Cafe. I love this building too. This little chevron balcony, and it's kind of it's available for lease. A little streamlined modern, a little art deco. Even the fire escape. Right? A little chevron pattern that carries the whole thing through. Sidewalks, 1930s, the Meyer Brothers. I've never seen a Meyer Brothers stamp before. Not that that's interesting, but just to me. One time I was riding the train from Amsterdam to Paris, and this building is even cooler over here. Don't you want to lease it? Check this out and all of its Anyway, I sometimes talk to anybody. Oh my god, look at this little... You can see me, but that's pretty cool in there. Anyway, and so I remember one time coming from Amsterdam to Paris and talking to somebody on the train, and they gave me some chocolates, like Rice Krispie chocolates. I was like, oh, I eat them right now. And they're like, no. And I was like, okay. And they were super strong. They were like little tiny, I don't know, like mini Ferrero Rocher. This is the olden days, though. I don't think I would take a pot candy from somebody in this day and age. So we're in Sycamore. It gets real hipster down here. But let's go see what's happening at the Tesla Cafe today. That's a little cute little area. We've walked through it before. So we're walking right back up to Santa Monica Boulevard, where they built the Tesla Cafe, which is protested constantly and every moment of its openness. I feel like they were building it forever. And then by the time they built it, most people in Los Angeles just are not that into Elon or billionaires. And so I think it's kind of a problematic eyesore. Ooh, look at this old car. Ooh, stinky. Looks like Darren Stevens just parked it there and oh, by the way, I tried turning my screen up. It's actually at full brightness. These look like scratchy bushes. I'm gonna see if we can get to the Tesla. I'm all of a sudden seeing more Teslas. Or Teslers, I think. Oh, no protesters, but it's early. I personally, I couldn't support Tesla, even with free popcorn. I mean, I understand. I'm not knocking anybody. People can do what they want to do. Personally, I would love to have an electric smart car again, but I don't know that would be this man's smart car. And they're showing movies. Like, this should be really cool. It's just, oh my gosh, I feel like I just saw whatever movie is showing right now. It's a Twilight Zone. That squirrel's gonna bite your face, honey, if it's a Twilight Zone. There are plenty of places in LA to drive into and get food. You definitely don't need to go there. I think just the concept of it being kind of like Jetsons-y and futuristic looking and here in Los Angeles and you can charge your car is all kind of fantastic. It's Elon, and I don't think I can only speak for myself, but I don't think a lot of people are that into him anymore. We're not going to get political and talk about it, but it's an easy place to protest, and the protesters, they have skills. Like, they're really good at whatever chant they scream. I heard it on the bus the other day. I heard we started from their live streaming also. They're great. So we're at La Brea right now. We're gonna go left. I think I'm gonna cross the street though. La Brea is the hottest, insert expletive, street in Los Angeles. It literally has no shade. I used to walk down La Brea, and I love walking like a couple blocks, maybe 5 blocks for a job to go to the bank. And because it has no trees, it's just, I don't know, radiates heat. But they've started planting trees on this end. I don't think we have any billionaires in this chat. But if we do, come on, man, where's the super thanks? This is... Or super chat. I'll answer a billionaire's question. Sorry, Joe's getting probably furious at me. I think that's what T-Rump the president called them Teslers. And if he's renaming things, then I'm gonna just follow suit and call them Teslers too. I think we talk, hey Cariopolis, we talk, there's so many other electric cars now. Also, Mercedes is winning the electric fight, it sounds like. And just what they've accomplished with their technology and comfort. Right, Brave Bull? Billionaire up. Punished nomad. Hey. What does that booping noise mean? Imagine if, like, when you rent one of those scooter things and you ride on it, if you're like almost out of money. I don't really know how you pay for them. I only did it once. And it just like starts beeping because it's gonna stop. Like you could only rent it for 2 hours and you are at 1 hour and 59 minutes. It just stops, comes to a slow stop. That'd be kind of scary. A scooter I'm talking about. I'm sure Tesla does that too. I know they can. I always hear horror stories about people's Teslas getting shut off for something. I don't like the idea of that. I also like I don't like the idea of not being able to fix my own automobile if there's a problem with it. Not that I am capable of that, but hey Jane, hey Mary, hey. Well, you guys are having a conversation. I don't know what that's about, and it's okay. I don't like when people treat old people mean either. Oh, look, it's the sit and sleep father of son. Father and father of son. It works also. I feel like somewhere I have a Burke Williams gift certificate that I never used. I think it's about time, if I can find it. I worked for a really small company one time, and they use credit cards for everything, and they would use the miles or points to gift employees, which was really nice. And they would do things like that. Give you a Burke Williams massage, which I, of course, never used. Or cooking classes, and then I also never use that. If you want to give me a gift certificate that I'm going to use, make it a MasterCard gift certificate. I'll use it. So we're dipping down to Melrose. We're probably going to walk all the way to Fairfax and then make our way back up to Santa Monica. I'll walk a little bit, and then I'm going to hop on the bus and make sure that Joe gets all the right ingredients for nachos. We need sour cream, refried beans, salsa. I don't know if we're going to use ground turkey. I'm really kind of wishing we had ground beef, but I understand that's a little expensive right now. Maybe pepperoni nachos. Alex, hey you guys, welcome. Thanks for being here. If it's your first time here, please feel free to like, subscribe, and chat. It goes a long way with helping us with that algorithm that you hear so much about. In California, pork is pretty expensive because of animal welfare rights for pigs and the way pigs have to be treated humanely. want to know what Taco Bell uses for meat, or their non-meat, like soy product, because that tastes the most like taco meat to me. And like I would eat that, even if it was soy, every once in a while. The consistency is just perfect on the Tacos Bel Grande. George and John, are you getting ready for the? I probably don't want to know. Getting ready for the Super Bowl? Cleaning for your Super Bowl party, your massive Super Bowl party. A mauve and white two-door style house. The houses are really cute, the old houses down here. And then there are some Mac mansions also, but that's somehow really cute also. All right, Melrose Ave, here we come. I tried going vegan a couple of years ago, and I got some kind of rash. I kid you not. And was really, really pretty tired. I would love to find a way to go vegan or vegetarian again. I kind of feel like we're almost to the point where we should have evolved. I'm not anti-meat. In fact, I really want beef on my nachos today. I'm not anti-meat at all. But I really feel like we almost should be to the point where we're evolved enough that we don't need meat. We're going down to Melrose. I like the Beyond Meat burgers also, but I like them if you put mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, cheddar cheese, pickle, like lettuce on them. All the accoutrements that make up a cheeseburger. The only thing that trips me out about them is the amount of salt in them. Although I kind of feel like I'm beyond the point where I really have to worry about my salt intake, because I probably regularly don't have too much salt. I always wonder how you keep the bugs out when your house is covered with ivy. Quaint and cute. And it's definitely a vibe, but the bugs could crawl right in. On a vine. The answer to that question, mountain bike, is most likely yes. They would have two hands free to hold the steering wheel. Maybe a little discomfort. But I think a better driver than one who's holding the phone with their hands. I'm going to the shady side of the street. So the coolest thing about Melrose, and we're not going there today, is on Sundays the Melrose flea market at the end of the street. It's huge. It costs $5 to get in, or $6. It's a bargain for all the stuff you see.
Have you seen Alana recently? I know she moved.
I like a good turkey burger also. I like a good hamburger also. I don't really like buffalo burgers. I thought I would. I've tried them a bunch of times. But yeah, or bison burgers. It's a little... I can taste the grass. I think the last time we walked down here was Ciclavia. I keep checking the Ciclavia calendar and I haven't seen one come up yet. I haven't checked in a couple days though. Gotta make sure I put the cap all the way back on my water, otherwise I'm gonna spill it in my bag. I'm sure I've had a lamb burger. We had lamb a lot when I was a kid. Lamb to me tastes like, I don't know. I don't like lamb very much. But, like if it's in Greek food and it's ground up and I can't really tell, it doesn't really matter. But I wouldn't go out of my way to buy or eat a lamb. Also, it's my dog's name because he looks kind of like a lamb. Too close to home. So I love ground pork and beef combo, for sure. But lamb, it's almost like gamey. Is that what I want to say? Is it this Floyd's clothes? It is lamb chop. It's actually crown roast. We like to keep one of those little white chef-looking hats on our dog, Lamb, at all times, on his feet. Oh my gosh, I see Yoda on the other side of the street. We're not going over there. I do like gyros. I love gyros. I don't think we get lamb gyros though. I think we get beef. Ooh, LA video games. And Happy Ice. I thought it said special Gen X extensions. For $50. I would never eat rabbit. I had a pet rabbit once. Maybe if I had a pet cow, I would not eat cows anymore either, but rabbits, no. Don't anybody get mad. Hey, KW. Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for liking and subscribing. There's a promo for the new Charlie XCX movie. Spray painted it. Kind of really weird to be streaming this early. It'll be weirder tomorrow when I go even earlier. What am I gonna do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl. Let's take the alley. Looks like there might be some graffiti treasures over here. If not, we'll just walk back up. Maybe not. Maybe we're looking at the last of... It's Aaliyah.
Hi.
Huh.
Are currently being recorded.
Oh my gosh, right now? Get out of here. I'm currently being recorded. I'm currently recording. Alright, this wasn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. Look, a dumpster. But it was worth it to see Aaliyah, right? A tribute to Aaliyah. Warning, you're being recorded. Like, who is that supposed to scare away? my gosh, it's the old haunted CVS. Hey, we're going to have some resolution on the graffiti towers very, very soon. Or it's already been resolved and they're going to de-graffiti-ize them. It'll be interesting to see those buildings get finished. Hopefully made into something affordable and livable. The city needs affordable, for sure. I loved it. I loved Aaliyah. I feel like I read an article about her, and I read about her influences, and some of the people that she liked were similar to people I like. She really liked 9 Inch Nails, by the way. I think Depeche Mode and maybe The Cure. And I was like, oh, I'm not listening to Aaliyah. And then I went out and bought whatever her new CD was at the time. Her last CD. And I loved it. I loved it. Uh-oh, Cool Kicks or somebody's doing something today that people would stand on the sunny side of the street in a super long line to wait for some sneakers, a bobblehead doll, maybe a sticker. So they're lined up to go to Cool Kicks all the way to American Vintage. I have no idea what they're lined up for. I myself would not wait in a line for anything. World peace, maybe. Cure to cancer, but not a pair of shoes or a free muffin. Maybe a free muffin. You can't go wrong with a free muffin, but it's definitely not waiting in a line for one. I don't ever look at anybody's face, but I caught that guy's face. His sort of smirk. I'm never ever trying to film people though. But honestly, you're jogging down a really busy commercial district. I feel like you're looking for attention. I'm just kidding. It is pretty hot, Donovan, I gotta tell you that. Usually high 70s. 85. But Urban Outfitters has the door open and the air conditioning is just spilling out onto the sidewalk. I should really just stand there. I haven't been to Urban Outfitters for probably like 3 or 4 years since they closed the one in Hollywood. I don't know if I'm there. Ooh, this is a total video store for slasher movies and horror movies, sorry. I didn't know I was so right. I'm ready to go turn my air conditioner on. I don't know if we can go in, but free photo ops. Let's go in and get a free photo op, or maybe they'll kick me out. Melrose. Hi. can. So literally they sell. Oh my gosh. Candles. Butterfly ring. The door, it looks pretty authentic. And then the merchandise is insane, though. Michael Myers. Candyman. Don't say it. I think this is more about the merch for horror movie fans. I don't even know who that guy is, but Slasher World on Melrose. Pretty awesome, I gotta say. Look who's here. Sydney. I bet they have a website for sure. Awesome, thank you so much. Slasher World. $7,660. Was Horror Moped here? I really hope so. Wuthering Heights better be good. That's all I'm gonna say. Actually, Candyman is one of my fave movies. I like the first two, right? Or maybe three even. The first one is phenomenal. Virginia Madsen in that. The second one, the third one was also pretty good. Or maybe it sucked. They made one recently also, and that one was not very good, I feel like. But I did love the Candyman story. Also, I felt like the thing about the Candyman story is it's like kind of real world Chicago links like to Cabrini Green, which is something you could ask anybody from Chicago about. Okay, so the flea market is inside of there, where we are not going today. I am. How's it going? But we've gone in the past. I just didn't plan for it today. But we can check it out soon. I think next Sunday we're going to be in Pasadena. There is no event in Pasadena. The following Sunday we are going to the parade, the Lunar New Year parade. So next Sunday we're doing a Pasadena wander. We might run into some Lunar New Year stuff also. But I thought it was the day of the African American History Month event and parade-ish sort of thing in Pasadena. But that's actually the same day as the Lunar New Year parade, which I meant to go to last year and I didn't. So I got the wrong date for the Pasadena festival. So it's just going to be a walkabout in Pasadena. I did not. Everybody loves, I don't know what his name is, Jacob Elordi. How is it a cell phone free service or campus? I'm going to cross the street and walk up. We walked to Fairfax. I think actually one day this week we will do Wilshire to Fairfax and hit LACMA and the La Brea Tar Pit. I'm now going to walk back up towards Santa Monica and catch the bus home. So we've got about 15, 20 more minutes of stream in here. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Here's the flea market that we're not going to. Should I hop the fence? I'm kidding, I'll be caught on camera. It's kind of nicer this way because then I don't get remorse for not being able to buy anything. Hey, was anybody watching the live stream when we went to the protests and we were at the federal court building? There were 3 guys on the federal court building wearing pink tracksuits doing some dance moves being filmed by a pretty professional camera. And we were kind of making fun of them. Well, not making fun of them, but, you know, like, what are they doing, a TikTok dance on the federal building? Anyway, their videos are all over YouTube right now, probably on TikTok too, but I don't really have TikTok. And now I forgot what they're called. Boy something. Boy Throb. So you saw them here on one of these videos. You always are like, do we see celebrities? We saw Boy Throb before they took off. Well, actually, not really. We saw 3 of the members of Boy Throb. They're called, I'm not going to keep saying this, Boy Throb. It sounds worse each time I say it, actually. They're kind of hilarious, though. Uh-huh. Thank you, Mighty Bull. How are you? Nice to see you here. Sorry, I can't see my screen. It's super bright. Always nice to see the Mighty Bull. Ba, ba, ba. Woo! I want to see the Wuthering Heights that Kate Bush sings about. I'm just think I'm going to watch the Wuthering Heights video with Kate Bush and call it a day. She's got some great dance moves in that video. The mighty bull usually has a couple words of wisdom, and I don't know who is a he or she, so they have asked us to keep our lookout for bull things, and I misunderstood it, and so I made a bull thing. So I think they talk a little bit. Quiet and mighty. We gotta love that. Strong and silent type. Just like me. Well, maybe not strong. Whoa. It's crazy how recognizable the blue bottle is, even though there's nothing else on that sign. The Aesop store smells so great. Very expensive hand wash, but Lord's new album Virgin is out now. Crush music. I heard that Lord gave like $1 million away to a Minnesota defense fund, or I got that wrong. But she did give away $1 million to some Minnesota organization. This used to be Okie Dog. I never ate at Okie Dog. It was like a hot dog stand, old-timey hot dog stand. So I'm gonna walk in and then walk left up to Santa Monica. Fairfax is kind of hot and I need some shade. And we can check out these quaint little houses. I've always wanted to live over a garage. I don't know, it seems kind of romantic. I don't mean like, boom, but, romantic. A romantic notion. I watched the opening for the Olympics, by the way, this morning, the production. And I have to say, very Italian in that weird European way that doesn't make sense in America completely, But I loved when the colorful figures came out to dance and they had the mocha pot. A dancing mocha pot. Also, the way the fabric spilled out of the paint tubes and kind of puddled like actual paint was pretty magical. Mariah Carey singing Volare, I also watched that. Good for you, Mariah. You looked fantastic. Joseph said her vocals were pre-recorded, or he thought that they were. I hope he doesn't get mad at me for saying that, but I felt like she was reading a teleprompter, so they probably weren't pre-recorded. I always wonder, we're on Willoughby Street, by the way. I'm gonna go one more block. I've always wondered, when on Willoughby, if this was where Rod Serling, driving home from the studio, which actually, I think right up the street here, where was Twilight Zone done? At CBS? No, not right up the street, but he surely drove over. And different food smells coming out of everybody's apartments right now. It smells delicious. Someone burnt out their toaster oven. Right in time for the Super Bowl. She looked fantastic, though. Like, I mean, like a doll, you know? Like, did not move a lot, didn't move her face a lot. And I saw her her eyes well up with tears at the end. Dude, her and the athletes right now are the things to be proudest of in the Olympics or over in Milan. I mean, people actually booed the American athletes, which I get it, right? But I feel bad because those are our athletes, but we're not very popular right now. Right? That's exactly what I think of when the first time I drove up Willoughby. They are. Whoa, look at this tile delight. I thought my eyes were gonna were all pixelated. It's. Ooh, I bet it will look cool. I think I've made fun of that building before. Sorry. It's ambitious design, to say the least. All right, you guys, I'll be live streaming tomorrow. We're gonna go watch the Super Bowl. We'll be posting some stuff up on West Coast team, Seattle Seahawks. I do love my New England roots, but I feel like I'm more West Coast at this point. Anyway, whoa, that was my shoe. I want to thank you guys for watching. Super cute neighborhood, right? I want to thank you guys for watching today and participating and chatting and liking and subscribing if you did so for the first time. We will definitely be on tomorrow morning for the hike up Runyon Canyon. We'll be posting up for something later. We might go twice tomorrow, like in the evening. We'll see. Joe has got a gig this week, so he's working. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. We will see you later. Hugs, kisses, maybe not kisses, that's kind of personal, but where are I lost my fireworks because we just went over 2 hours. It's funny how that works sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to say, please like and subscribe. And remember, we are real live human beings walking, talking. What could go wrong? Lots. And so, please, thank you. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Here's this kitty, this almost begging kitty. Please, please, please have a really awesome night. We'll see you tomorrow or maybe later. Bye. Woo!